Why does more black people not go to therapy? Can you see like a common thread why black people don't go?
Well, I believe that because a lot of times when we're raised, it's told to us to keep everything in the house, right? So we're not really taught to open up about, issues that we're having or how we're feeling. It's just like, deal with it, don't cry, figure it out, go play some sports,
Yeah, yeah.
go find a boyfriend or girlfriend to take the place of, what you need to do within yourself. And so I just think that there's been some resistance there because we're just culturally not really, we haven't always done that. We've kept a lot in. And so now to tell somebody what you're experiencing, talking about your past, especially if you have mommy issues or daddy issues, sometimes there's some shame and blame that go with that. So now it's time more than ever, though. I really want to help my community of, our culture to really embrace it and get active in their own mental health journey. So,
do you think that that stems from like slavery or something, where it's been taught to the black community not to talk about stuff that goes on in the house?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like there's definitely some truth to that because, everything they weren't allowed to really express what they were experiencing, and if they did, it was, just very quietly, and not where everybody could hear. So, of course, that's just how our culture is.
And I think the government being in your business in the black community is never good.
Right,
a good
like,
idea.
Wait a minute, it's gonna be a record of this. Like,
Yeah,
who's gonna see these notes?
right.
Like,
We don't want to because us and the government ain't had a good relationship. Black
right,
people, so
right.
that we kind of like we don't know because once we start, I remember as a kid, and this is kind of a little off the topic, but I remember as a kid telling my counselor something. Like I went to the nurse and I was like, yeah, I fell or I got hit or I got a spanking or something. Next thing you know, they investigate my house and my mom like, oh
Right.
yeah, I ain't telling them shit no more. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a trust thing, right? It's like, who do you trust? And so often we can't go to family members sometimes because they're going to tell it all. So we'll go to a trusted friend or a boyfriend, a girlfriend. And what happens when those relationships come to an end, then you have to worry about that. So, I mean, if anything, if our brothers and sisters are in crisis or they need somebody to talk to, you go to somebody that's a professional, it's a safe space, that they're going to abide by, the rules and regulations to make sure that your information is secure versus going to somebody that's familiar, that may not give you that real truth that you need.
Yeah. And I always thought counseling was expensive.
Yeah.
Like to go talk to somebody, like, how much you want?
Right.
You know what I mean? But I found out that a lot of times it's covered under like your benefits.
Yeah, it's under insurance.
Yeah, where you can actually have your insurance. Since you're paying for it, you might as well go and talk to somebody.
Yeah, I have a lot of clients and patients that use their insurance, and then I have some that are self-pay, and if they're self-pay and they don't have insurance, then of course I drop the price so it's more affordable.
Okay.
And I'm in the process of getting approved for care credit as well, so that I have several different options for people to work with me.
Okay.
Because I realize that there's a need there, and with my brand and business, I'm about to roll out a new program, a 6-week program that'll be completely free. And it'll be a sign-up thing. They have to, email me, and it'll be on social media. But, it's not about the money for me. I know that there's such a need right now. People are really struggling, with grief and anxiety and depression and stress, which is what I specialize in. And I just want to be, of help in any way that I can.
Okay. How do people get a hold of you? Like, if they hearing that, they want to I want to get in contact with them now.
Yeah. They can. Nikki Speaks I'm on Instagram. I run my business off Instagram.
Okay.
So Nikki NIKKI Speaks, just like I'm speaking.
Okay.
With S on the end.
Okay. All
and
right.
then they can just message me. I also have a website, which is nikkispeakstherapy.com. Just how it sounds, Nikki with 2 Ks.
Okay.
And they just message me on there, email me, and I'll get in contact with them.
And that is not worldwide, but like wherever they are in the world, they can reach out to you and get
Yes.
some therapy?
Yes. So here's the thing. So I have to be licensed in the state. I'm only licensed in the state of Texas. I'm in the process of getting licensed in other states.
Okay.
So what I do in the meantime is that if they want to work with me outside of Texas, then I do coaching, which is essentially the same thing. It's just we don't deal with the in-depth issues. Like if you have past traumas and things like that, then of course I'll refer you out to somebody in your local area that can help you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but they can. I mean, I want them all. So
Yeah.
coaching, counseling, whatever, whichever way they want to receive my services.
I heard that. Are you signed up on an app where people can reach out to you from the app?
Yes. So I'm on with BetterHelp, which is all over Instagram. It's the number one, I believe, telehealth service that's on an app right now for mental health. And so I've been on there for I'm going on my second year there.
Okay.
And so it's really good because I've been able to work with people out of the country. Like I've worked with Canada is probably about 85% of my clients. And it's just because Canada, compared to the U.S., there's no comparison. Like they are really on fire about their mental health. Like they don't, men, women, all ages, they reach out. And I just wish that our community would get to that point where they were that aggressive about it.
Yeah.
And it's all different issues, a lot of different issues.
What are some, I guess, some tools that people that are dealing with grief or dealing with some things, if they don't have access or if they in the moment, what are some tools that they could do to kind of start, I guess, that healing process?
Mm-hmm. Well, they have to, first of all, acknowledge what's going on, in their body and realize that, for me, I tell the people I work with, if you go along this journey with me, you're going to be very familiar with your thoughts, the way that you act, and what you're motivated by, what your whys are and all of that. And so what I do first is I have them really focus on what is it that is my issue? What am I constantly thinking about? I do a lot of brain research. And so what I found is there was a Canada research project about 2 years ago, and they found out that we have over 6,000 thoughts a day. Your brain, my brain, everybody's brain.
Goodness.
Over 6,000 thoughts a day. And they found out that 85 to 95% of those thoughts are negative and repetitive.
Hold on, you said 65 to what?
85 to 95% of your thoughts, my thoughts, everybody's thoughts, every single day are negative and repetitive. So,
85.
So what do you think we need to do to feel better? We've got to think better. We have to take the steps necessary to think better. So how can we do that? We have to be more aware of what we're thinking. So you have to slow yourself down. And I asked the people I work with, I said, okay, first of all, the minute you wake up, you're going to be hit with some negative thoughts. I mean, that's just, percentages don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you combat those? How do you deal with those? Subconsciously you're thinking about things even when you don't think you're thinking. Well, you ask yourself this question, what am I thinking? Is the first question.
What am I thinking?
Okay, so I'm thinking something negative. Okay, second question, why am I thinking that? Well, I'm thinking that because I'm worried. I'm thinking that because I'm stressed. I'm thinking that because I'm anxious. I'm thinking that because I'm depressed. Okay, so now I know that. Do I want to be thinking that way? Well, no, I don't want to be thinking that way because I can't get out of the bed right now, or I'm so depressed that I'm having, side relationships and all this other stuff because I'm just seeking some way to relieve the pain. So we answer that question, no, I don't want to think that way. So then the next question would be, so how do I want to think differently? What is a better way to think? So that the next time those thoughts come up, you already have something in place that you can say to yourself or think to reframe that thought, to combat that thought, and to send it back on the other side. It's like, no, I don't receive that. With COVID going on and the pandemic going on, a lot of people are very stressed and worried about their health. Every morning you're faced with that because globally we're all experiencing that. So what do you say? Do you wake up and say, oh, I have COVID, I'm going to get COVID. If I go out today, I'm vaccinated, I'm not vaccinated. I'm afraid, it's just a lot of fear right now that we're navigating. So you have to literally be strategic about your thoughts. I mean, in the mornings, I'm like affirmations. I'm saying, okay, this is who I am. And it's not every day, so I'm not perfect, and I tell my clients and patients that too. But what I think I'm better at because I have more experience in doing it is I can manage my thoughts with, okay, do I want to accept that thought? oh, I feel like I'm going to die. Do I want to accept that thought, or do I want to believe, no, I'm going to be okay, and this is why. This is what I'm going to do intentionally today to make sure that I'm okay. Well, I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to make sure I'm eating good. I'm going to make sure I go to the gym. I'm going to make sure I dance and do cardio, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's like literally having a conversation with yourself so that you don't accept these thoughts as the norm.
Thank you for tapping in with us. In order to see more clips like this, check out this video here or check out this one here.